see. All right, I believe that we're feeding out to the folks out there. What's up, world? What's up, people of the internet and beyond? This is the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. You're watching us live on Utreon. That way, well, not today, but my friend here, Walter, he could show you guys guns all he wants to. I don't have much with me because I'm still on the road. I'm still coming to you guys live from the road. We are just outside of Moriarty, New Mexico, and I could check the weather for you. So this is where we're broadcasting from. But we're gonna get all up into the episode now. I'm gonna kick everything off. If you guys are all ready out there, we will just jump into it. But listen, if you're watching this later and you want to join us live, the place to join us live, of course, is Utreon, because it's just a more free platform. So that is where we are and where we will be, and you could join us there. So actually the place is called, right now where I'm at, it's called Klein's Corners. It's actually a gas station. So you know what? Let's kick this all off here, and I'll show you guys where we're at, weather, etc.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US-made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not-so-free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. All right, bada bing, bada boom. Let's do the jazz hands here. There go the bells of freedom. The bells of freedom are ringing. There you go, jazz hands. We are live. This is episode 900. Walter K. Keller. 900, man. 900 episodes.
900. There we go, 900.
Yeah, 900 episodes. That's right. We are 100 episodes away from 1,000, and this is, of course, FreeForAll Monday as well. I'm joined by Walter of Safety Harbor Firearms, and we're going to be talking about what's in store for the next 100 episodes with you guys. Yeah. Also, here, and I didn't plan any of this. I don't even know if Walter knew today was going to be the 900th episode. And since we're on the road, Walt, we haven't planned, usually like for every 100 episodes, we'll do something crazy. We'll let a bunch of people dial in and do all of that. But we're on the road. So we've got to do something special, Walter. And oh, by the way, Babyface P's not here. He's on vacation. He's in the North Kakalaka's, right? Over there, scaring tourists. Walking around with friggin' night vision. He's probably got buckshot. He's got night vision for buckshot, I'm sure, at this. No, hold on a second. Buckshot is a dog. He's got built-in canine night vision.
Well,
yeah.
He's crazy vision. That's what he's got.
Yeah. And we are starting early. Cruiseman, shout out to Cruiseman. He says we're starting early. Everyone who wants a shout out will get one. I'll tell you who I could see right now. I see Armament and Axes out there, and DCG 44s. I see Cruiseman. Anyone else that's out there wants a shout out, let us know. We'll get it to you. But here's what I think we should do, as well as talking about what's up for the next episodes, what's going on with us. I will take any questions asked. Walter, do you wanna join me in that challenge? Any questions asked, we will answer. I will answer. I don't know about Walter. Walter's like, hold on a second. What questions are people going to ask me?
Yeah.
Well, okay, what's up with you?
What the heck?
Oh, okay, all right.
What's up with me? Let's see here. Let me do a little. It's Monday, so the weekend. Let's see here. Saturday, I was at the shop. Doing some shop-related stuff with a friend, and helping a person out, helping a brother out, so to speak, and then I worked on some of my stuff on Saturday for a little bit, and then what else did I do on Saturday? Hell, Sunday my dad came into town to torment me a little bit in the morning. He had some things we had to take care of. He's having some surgery on this Friday. To fix a hernia. Okay. So, but that doesn't happen until this coming week, this Friday thing. He'll be back here Thursday, spend the night, and then Friday at some point. We don't really know what time the surgery is. They call you and let you know. So what else? Sunday. Oh, my son bought. Did you see that picture of that truck my son bought? I told you about that truck, right?
Yeah, Cruiseman. Well, Cruiseman says I saw the blue truck vid, Walter. So is that the truck you're talking about right there?
Yeah, Big Blue, as I call it now. I've christened it Big Blue.
Let me see if I can get this camera a little further up here. Okay, probably not. Probably the wrong time to mess with the camera.
We went to the outskirts of Atlanta on Wednesday.
Okay.
And hopped in it, fired it up, and started driving back.
Okay.
And then it sprung a diesel leak, and but we got that taken care of enough to keep driving, and then we made it home about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Is this on the Instagrams? Is this on Dirtfoot Racing?
There's some on I did one on YouTube on Dirtfoot Racing.
Okay.
Kind of a little story about the trip.
Oh, on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, so in the back of this truck, it came with a big air compressor, big commercial, like you see people using to bust up streets and sandblast and all this stuff. And so we unloaded that on Sunday also, out of the back of the truck using a forklift.
So let's see if I can share my screen. Here we go. So, that's the truck he bought. Oh, that looks bodacious.
Big Blue. Yeah.
You should convert that into an RV.
I don't know exactly what his plans are, so that's us starting at about almost 5 o'clock in the morning, taking off for Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this video to play, but there we go. Yeah, so it's kind of playing now. Go ahead. I'll kind of play it here in the background.
We got back in one piece. Got the air compressor unloaded on Sunday. So now he's got to buy some. He's just trying to start going through it and fixing things and repairing things. And I don't know exactly what his plan is. I don't know if he knows exactly what his plan is.
Is he starting his own business? Is what's Will getting up to?
I have no idea.
Is this for the apocalypse or what? What is Will's plans here, man?
I mean, you could definitely run some shit over with that thing.
I'm telling you, that is damn. That thing is tough. Yeah, that thing's tough.
That's a big mofo.
What is it? Is it a Ford? What is it? Chevy?
Ford F800.
Ooh, F800. You know what? That would actually be a great chassis to do like one of those Earth Roamer builds off of, man. What?
I mean, if it can afford to run the fuel in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know all about that. You're on the road, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw some Earth Roamers at the Overland. Hold on, let's see here. I don't know if I took any pictures. I know we did a video with an Earth Roamer, but it doesn't look. It doesn't look like I took any pictures here with Earth Roamers, which is weird.
I understand the whole big ass ginormous truck thing, but I can't. It's just not economical. You got to be seriously balling to be roaming the earth on that thing.
Yeah, exactly. Night Train says, when does the show start already? Yeah, we're already running. We're already doing the show.
Yeah, we're rolling, man. We're rolling.
Yeah, we're here. We're doing the show.
We started at, I think it was 6:54 or something like that when you said.
Yeah, go. DCG 44 says bug out truck Hank. So there you go. Night Train had to refresh. Shout out to Night Train. So I get mixed up with people here, so forgive me for this. Night Train, are you my friend that's always getting me? Are you my friend who's always getting me? Toys? Hot Wheels toys? If so, please acknowledge yourself, because I don't know. Like, I don't want to share people's real names and stuff like that. I don't know how how paranoid people are. But I have a friend who is always getting me Hot Wheels toys, Walt. And let me show you look at what he got for me.
Look at that. Is that a Sprinter?
Yeah, it's a Sprinter.
That's a Sprinter.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at that.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet.
I like that.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet. I can't believe he's actually finding Hot Wheels. Because if I go to a Walmart on this trip with Lola, I get like very mean looks if I try to look at the Hot Wheels. And then two, there's no freaking Hot Wheels over there anyway. So
I know it's supply chain issues. That's what it is.
Right. Supply chain issues. So let's see. No, Night Train says negative. So I do have a friend who's out there getting Hot Wheels for me. So yeah, I'm in Klein's Corner. There you go, Klein's Corner, 70 degrees.
70 degrees. Oh, that must be nice.
What do you got, Walt? What do you got where you are?
I think let's take a look here. It says it's 87 right now.
Yeah.
In beautiful Safety Harbor. So,
yeah. Cruise Man says I sent you Hot Wheels at the first of the year, Hank. And Night Train says 'tis not I. Yeah, there might be more than one person sending me Hot Wheels. But you know what? Hey, I'm never gonna say no to Hot Wheels. I really enjoy those things, and I can't wait until I get that Sprinter. So, what is that? Oh yeah, I also give out Hot Wheels.
Yeah, that's a monkey bike, I think. Yeah, a little Honda.
Yeah, the Honda Monkey. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, Lola is sending me Earth Roamers, which we were talking about. I know we're jumping around here. So here's an Earth Roamer, right there, and this is I think this is a 550. See that?
F550. Yeah.
That's a F550 right there.
Cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. No, there's nothing. I've got. Here's another one. We did a video on this one, so this one will be out. That's is from
Mercedes.
Bliss Mobili, which this one is a Mercedes, but this company puts them. So you buy. I think. How does this work? I think you choose what platform you want, like Mercedes.
And they just drop that. They drop that module on the back.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of different versions that we saw at the show. There was one that right at the end, because the show ended yesterday, Sunday at 3. And at 2:30, dudes were packing up to get the hell out of there.
Oh, yeah.
So we caught some people right at the end, but there was a company there that they'll get the truck and build the box and everything, put the box on it for you, and then you build it. So you build whatever you want in there, so... is interesting.
You finish it out. You finish out the interior.
Yeah. You finish out like whatever you want. You want shower, however you want to build it. You can do it. DCG44 says even the Hot Wheels are suffering from gas prices. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Quick says, does anyone make one of these vehicles for less than 50,000?
No.
No.
I can. They don't. You can't get a Class B for less than that.
Yeah, well, do you think that the project? So, if you guys want to see Walter on Dirtfoot Racing YouTube, he bought from my friends at Sunshine State. He bought a Class B, a Sprinter van, a 2004, and we're doing projects on it. So you can find that on Stranger Palooza as well as Dirtfoot Racing. But no, do you think you're going to come in less than 50 grand?
Oh yeah, I'll come in less than 50 grand for me. Because I'm doing the
labor.
The manual.
Yeah.
If I had to pay somebody to do what I've done already, they probably would have told me to piss up a pole.
You wouldn't be getting any damn work done. I'll tell you that right now. It's like if I'm waiting for you, I'm still waiting for Walter to do. What is it? What was it? It was. Oh, remember the 9mm 80%ers, Walt? That I bought me one. I bought you one. How long ago was that? That's got to be like 8 years. That's 8 years. 8 years. Walter doesn't even know where that is right now.
I don't really know where those receivers went to.
10 years from now, 10 years from now, that's going to come out of the woodwork somewhere.
I might have them stowed someplace here. I don't remember. I don't.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Right. Sure. Okay.
Speaking of the van, I just got my heater. I ordered a heater last week, instantaneous water heater, that is, and it arrived today. I got solar panels in. I ordered solar panels last week, basically 200 watts, 2 100-watt panels. That's what I have room for on top. That's it. without doing any weird ass flipping over. Like
200 watt.
I thought about making solar panels like a satellite. You know, when they get out in space, they
A
flip
wing.
over.
Yeah, that would be cool, actually.
Then you could have like 400 watts. But
yeah, Rodell wanted to do that. Oh, you know what would be better than flip out? You know what would be better than flip out? Slide out like a wing. So you build a little frame, and on top there's 2 panels, and then below that you can unlock and slide out 2 extra panels.
Yeah, that way your 2 on top would always be exposed to the sun.
Yes, instead of them all being blocked up.
But I don't think I'm going to need all that, to be quite honest with you. I think 200 watts is be plenty for what we're going to do as far as, keeping batteries up and cycling batteries and all that good stuff. And keeping the weight down, too. I don't want to get too top heavy. So.
Okay, true. Those are not super heavy.
No, they're not. They're not bad. I got those in. Now it's this week. I can start putting fans in because everything's ready to start doing that. I had a little. I got to do a little more research to the interior part for my skylight, because there's like a skylight on the outside, and then there's the interior. I guess we'll say the nicer looking piece inside. The one ordered doesn't fit right, so I had to send that back. Okay. I got to do a little more research on the interweb and find.
I've got some. So there's a couple things I want to show, and we're going to do this all through the show while we're talking about things or whatever. But check this out. This is going to get my award probably for the best looking van at the show. And this company I think is called Nomad Vans, right there. Nomad Vans. They're in Canada. Look at that. That's beautiful right there. It's like the little yellow submarine. We all live in a little yellow submarine in a yellow submarine.
Okay, hippie dude.
Right.
Hippie dude.
That's the Beatles. The Beatles, man.
I know. That's. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff hanging on the outside of it.
Yeah. That was really nice on the inside. So there's a van. So I saw a company. Now that you're talking about this or the build. I saw a company that has a kit that would be perfect for us, except their kit starts with the Sprinter that starts from 2007. And I was like, oh, man. Yeah. But this, here, let's see if I can show this here. So, let me see. Can I get this to pop up? So, all right. So, check this out. This is the interior here. And you get this kit, and in the floors, see down here in the floors, you could put tracks all through the floors. You probably have the skills to do this anyway, Walt, because you could buy these tracks. But they also put these tracks up in the walls. See that? So these tracks are all over the van, something like that 80/20 that Van Duet does. And then, like this cabinet here is hung on those tracks. Yeah. So you can move things around. These seats here are on the tracks. You could put all kinds of things on the tracks. So you can remodel the van as you see fit. So I saw some really good ideas for you. Go ahead, Walt.
Yeah, that's a little too. I want to have a real potty and a real shower. So.
Yeah, that's one of the things I saw from. 42 Chill said that's like AC tracks.
Yeah, that's like a modular thing. You can set it up to.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these people are doing mountain bikes and they're doing all this stuff, and they don't care if they have a potty, and and they don't care if they have a shower, or, all that stuff. So.
Yeah. So. At the show, I noticed a lot of so at the show, the only traditional builder that was at this show of the big builders. So the big builders are Winnebago, Coachman, which my van is a Coachman that I'm in right now. Let me see, what's the big builders? Winnebago's a big builder.
Forest River still.
Forest River, but in vans, Forest River will be Coachman, and then then like you said, there is still the Forest River still makes vans. And then you would have like American Coach, Midwest Automotive Designs builds a lot of coaches. Thor, there's coaches from Thor, but the Thor group owns Airstream and all that. So Airstream makes coaches, Thor makes coaches. I'm trying to think who else. There's a bunch of big companies. The only big company that I saw at this show was Winnebago. Okay. So those were the only vans Did we see any vans, Lola, that had like a built-in toilet and a built-in shower? I don't think so. I don't even know if Lola's listening to me right now. Lola, she's getting ready to post a video that we did at the show with a very, very big van life guy. He's actually called Living the Van Life. His name is Chad, and he has a 144 Sprinter, and I did that video. Should be ready to go up. But anyway, so, along the lines of you talking about the bathroom, Walt, a lot of these companies don't believe in that.
But it's a different crowd that buys those vans.
I would agree with you. Yes, it is a different crowd.
It's not your typical retiree crowd that buys a van with no potty in it.
Yeah, but also we're not the typical retirees either, you and I. But we both want a toilet and a shower. Me, because I've had Crohn's since I've had Crohn's for half my life. I'm 50 years old, so I've had it since I was 25, and I need a bathroom when I need a bathroom.
When you wake up in the middle of the night, you need to go.
I got to go.
Got to go. I mean,
Yeah.
And people laugh. Oh yeah, you're so funny. Well, when it's so much easier to just walk into your own little potty than have to go walk down, go walk in, go all here, up there.
Yeah, you can't always. There are other solutions, like these guys say. So a lot of companies make a shower that's outside the van, and a lot of them make a cassette toilet, and there's a whole bunch of different things that you can use that in the van.
I get that. I mean, that would be a simple way to build.
Yeah,
because you don't have the plumbing, you don't have the tanks, you don't have all that stuff.
It's more for those companies to do it too. But like in the Sprinter, you already have that plumbing. You might as well use it.
I could put everything back like it was almost, and not have to move anything. And I've been kind of thinking of a way I'm going to do that, actually.
Yeah.
So,
one of the things that would be cool in the Sprinter is if you could, I don't know if you can actually separate the toilet and make its own stall for the toilet, and then have a separate stall for the shower, because you kind of had that already, but I don't know.
Where it sits, that's probably what'll happen. There'll be I want to have. First, I was going to put the potty in the shower, have it all in one. But if I leave the plumbing the way it is, almost, I can have the toilet sitting outside the shower, or have that whole area can be wet. To be honest with you, that could be it could be part of the shower if they wanted to, and just have one big. But it'd be nice to be able to, if somebody's taking a shower, then somebody can use the potty too. So it's one of those.
Yeah, and never the twain shall meet.
Yeah.
Shout out to
think about that stuff. I mean, you're with your wife, right? Do I go in the bathroom and take a dump when my wife is doing her hair or something? No. We don't. We're not that way. We're not that way.
Yeah.
Like you need some room. It's like.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we kick each other out of the bathroom. Chiefly me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kick Lola out of the bathroom. I am a shy pooper. I'll admit to that. I'm a shy pooper.
If I gotta go, I don't care who's in the way. But...
I don't need witnesses to my poopology.
Make sure the fan's running real on the high.
It's like when you go to so for example, being on the road and you go to a bathroom, it's like the stalls in the bathroom, and dudes want to like look at other dudes like, hey man, you're slowing down my flow, man. Don't take any peeks over here. That's bad etiquette. So,
no. And I got
look straight ahead.
My high power fan is going to be in the bathroom area, so
the
Max Air one where I can open up when it's raining and everything. So.
Yeah. Shout out to Flying Rich. I see Flying Rich out there. He says hello, Mrs. Strange. So that's from Flying Rich.
Was at the shop today.
Oh, he was? Okay, what was he up to?
He was picking up his upper that he purchased.
Oh, cool. Okay. Jade Grew is also out there. Shout out to Jade Grew as well. In small quarters like a van or any of these kinds of vehicles, to be honest with you, you want to have a good fan. You want to go in there and make a lot of noise. I would people should put like speakers in the bathroom, so you go in there because it's very close for the other person to hear, so you want to make disguising noises. And you want to have the air freshener right there, You want to have something venting.
Like gray noise going when you enter the bathroom. The speakers start making gray noise.
Yeah, could be one of the reasons why Lola doesn't want to live on the road with me right now. So,
I've been watching one of the guys. I forget his name. He's got a pretty decent sized YouTube channel. Older guy. The guy's got he's like one big bearded person. It's like, but he's been showing a lot of stuff of people live in their cars, and and all that, the different genres of people living on the road or on, and I don't know how some of these people do that stuff living in the car.
Right. Yeah.
But I guess you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I noticed there's a young lady that has a really big channel. She lives out of a Prius, allegedly, supposedly. I don't believe any of that nonsense. Full time, she's good looking. She lives in a Prius by herself. You see all these things like solo female alone in a Prius.
Yeah. But,
I don't really believe that nonsense.
I don't know. But like you say, who am I to judge, right?
No, I'm not judging.
I know, but these people have 500,000 subscribers too, so it's like,
I think they're
at 500,000 subscribers, they're not poor. They don't have to live in the thing.
No, not at all. And they get she gets a lot of views. I doubt that she's really living. I want to see Project I want to see Project Veritas. I know they're very busy right now, but I want to see Project Veritas verify that these solo females, like there's one that's a doctor, there's a whole bunch of different ones. I don't, like you said, your grandpa said, I no believe it you.
I no believe it you.
Yeah. Cruise Man says he could totally live on his own in a van. I could live on my own in a van.
Yeah, I mean, once you divest yourself of all your stuff, and I have enough stuff, I probably could. I told Rich today. Rich was in the shop today, and I said, Rich, if I wanted to buy $100,000 van or $200,000, I could buy it. I could go right today and buy one if I wanted to. But it is not my. Yeah. It's not my way.
Right. Listen, you know what? Just save your money, Walt. My birthday next year.
Get you a brand new one.
Yeah, well, I've got a project idea for, what I would like to do. We should buy the first electric Sprinter that comes out. It's not going to have a lot of range. It's only going to have about 120 or 30 mile range. But we should buy it. You know why, Walt? We should buy it and then put a range extender on there. Like get a generator.
a big ass generator.
And we could make the first, we could do something like, first electric Sprinter goes 400 miles.
I'm pulling a 75 kW generator set.
Right. No, you don't have to. Listen, if we got a small propane generator, I think we could, Yeah, Flying Rich is agreeing with you. Just add a diesel generator.
Yeah, I mean, and now there's not many of these builders that include generators. It's all batteries and solar panels, And
yeah, I didn't see anyone at the show that included a generator. No, I don't think I saw anyone that has a generator. And you could honestly, I didn't believe it at first, but you can put a second alternator in the vehicle.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
That does a lot.
But you have to be moving at some point to charge the batteries. So,
yeah. How come we didn't go to our next thing here? We should have been cut off a long time ago. What happened here? We should have we did. It never went to the break. Hold on, I'll run the break. Walther Arms has been making concealed carry handguns for over 90 years, starting with the PPK. Today, Walther is based in the good old US of A and still builds quality firearms like the PPQ and PDP for personal defense and competition. So when you're in the market, please consider Walther Arms. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Walther Arms. Yeah, I thought I saw I could swear that I saw the countdown going. It's going right now. Lots of trailers, by the way, coming in. Gas prices have gone down a little bit. They're going up and down here. DCG44 says Micro is giving away a Mercedes Sprinter van that has an $80,000 eco-friendly conversion to raise money for Micro Works Foundation, and it ends May 27th. Yes, I have seen it.
Yep. Well, my wife's a big fan of Micro, and I've seen that.
Yeah, you met my did you actually talk to him?
No,
at SEMA?
we saw him at SEMA. I didn't break it. He was having a conversation with somebody, and I'm not like, hey, yeah. No,
yeah. I had my phone ready. I was like, oh, if Walter talks to Mike Rowe, he's recording this.
If he would have just been hanging out, I would have probably walked up, maybe said something. But I'm not going to interrupt a conversation. That's rude. So
yeah. So listen. I think that there's going to be some cool stuff coming out, but I think that the electric sprinters are not really going to be functional until they can get the batteries to at least give you something like 300-400 mile range. So
yeah, that's 100 miles. Let's see here now. On an average Amazon driver in a day, I'd like to know how many miles the average Amazon driver does.
So 120 miles is about perfect for most things. Yeah. They don't really go that far. They don't do that many miles. They do less than 150 in a day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, whatever. Electric, go for it. I just don't.
You know what we did? You know what we did see at the show? They had the Humvee, they had the electric Humvee, but I think this is the show model. This is the show one that people weren't really getting. I don't know if people were getting in it. I think at the end I saw someone driving it, but I'm not 100% sure. But we did see these. These are the Rivian. The Rivians were at the show. These are the electric pickups that are out from Rivian.
What is Rivian?
Rivian is a company that makes an electric pickup truck.
Okay, I've never heard of them before.
Oh, no, you never heard of them? Oh, yeah, they're out there.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So they got those, they have those out, and they had them at the show. But Lola and I saw those guys driving on the highway.
Oh, okay.
So they were driving those around, and I hear that they're out there. I think the first ones went out to, like, people who work for Rivian, and then also, like, special people. Do you want me to find out what Rivians go for? Hold on.
Shock me, make me feel better.
Yeah, let's see what the Rivian truck goes. Do you want to guess?
Put on your black leather.
Oh, they're not. It's not bad. I think it starts at 67,000. There you go. We can go. Let's go look at the website here. Starting at 67,000, you can build it up. They're gonna do an SUV. We saw them at. I thought we saw them at SEMA show, Walt. I thought I was showing you that.
I don't remember that. We saw the Hummer, but
we saw the Humvee. Yeah. I'm gonna be waiting for the Cybertruck, so that's gonna be my jam. But the Rivian is really nice. Yeah.
I'll be in the Grenadier. So. Anyway, so let's see here. What else? Okay. Cruiseman said, "Nice, Walter. Deep cut from Kiss. Shock me, make me feel better."
42 Chilled is putting up an example of lithium-ion battery fire from a Tesla. All moving vehicles, you can. I'm not trying to defend Tesla or anything, but moving vehicles kill people, lots of people.
But the battery thing is a special thing.
Yeah, yes, and especially because firefighters are not really fully equipped right now to fight electric battery fires. So they're more equipped to deal with gas tanks and stuff like that, which really the gas tanks aren't really that bad. And if the battery is not damaged in an accident for an electric car, it's okay. But you get one battery damage, the one cell can lead to another cell, can lead to another cell. So, I mean, that's but
it's not a.
There's nothing that's not going to kill people. Okay, you don't want to die. Don't come to Earth. You're going to have to find, I don't know what planet is out there that no one dies on. So, Brian Quick says electric vehicle batteries are a class Delta fire. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, and
Go ahead.
it's one of those things you can't, big city fire departments will probably have, eventually they'll have stuff to take care of that. But when you're talking small towns and like where you live, if you live out where you live and all of a sudden the batteries start melting down, you're a long way from anybody coming to the rescue. You might as well just let it burn. You might as well pull it to one side and just let it burn.
Yeah, the volunteer fire department's right across the street from me, but I don't know if they're prepared to deal with that kind of stuff.
They're not gonna.
Yeah. What could you do?
Experience, yeah, I mean, you got to have. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like sometimes when there's a house fire, and there's nothing else is going to catch fire. Sometimes they just let it burn. Because it's already to that point. Why spend the resources to try to put it out? If you're in the country and your house is in the middle of a pasture and it's 3/4 of the way burned down with the fire department, why? There ain't nothing to save. Just let it.
Yeah, 42 Chill says throw gas on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Shoot it with a 50. Yeah. See if you can put it out. Yeah, listen, there's, I don't know what to say about that. There's always things that happen with these things, and that's just the way that it is, and as time goes on. Look, there's things I like about electric cars, and I have one, and I'm not really super worried about it. Any car can get on fire for lots of different reasons. But then I don't like the idea that they're forcing electric cars on everyone, because I think that's kind of crazy.
No, that's not good.
That's gonna bite us in the ass. We're gonna go through stuff for that. So
it's not. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So from the show there, what was? I mean, there was hundreds of companies there. I think there was hundreds of people showing things. What was the most? I won't say epic, but the most applicable to your situation, to your needs, your uses.
To my uses, let's see. I actually there was a company there that's been around for a long time called Sportsmobile, and I was really impressed by what they're putting out. Let me see if I could pop up a picture here and show you what kind of. So Sportsmobile, they do like my van is a high roof and all of that, but you can get low roof vans. I think this is a Sprinter here, and this is kind of what Sportsmobile's been doing. So you remember the Ford Echo lines that used to have the pop tops like this, and they would be off road. They'll be 4x4 Quigley. So Sportsmobile is still out there doing a lot of stuff. I don't even know if this is the right one. Let me see if I can. That might be even a different one. I think that might be from Field Vans. That particular build right there. Let me see. Oh no, that was Sportsmobile. Yeah. So for example, let's see here. Here's they had really nice options, and they were I think they were the only place I saw that can build a bathroom in there if you want, like a traditional bathroom, with a toilet and everything like that. But I was kind of impressed by them, and a big reason, other than they've been around since the 60s, Walt. They've been building vans since the 60s. And the guy who was showing us stuff, I'm going to show you something. So, because, like, when they do those pop tops, they don't put an air conditioning in the roof, right? Because of the pop top?
Right.
Okay. So, their air conditioner is under the van. So, we wanted to film to show people what it looks like under the van. This guy climbed under the van to show us in a white shirt and got his shirt dirty, and then took the camera from Lola and shot the video footage. So that's going to be in the video when it comes out, and I'm impressed by that. Yeah, man, he's hardcore. Yeah, he's hardcore. I went and told the owner of the company after that. I was like, you got to give this guy a raise.
Or a new shirt, one or the other.
Yeah, but they build. Yeah, this was Sportsmobile. They build on Ford Transits. They build on the Sprinters. They build even on the ProMaster. So I was like, in terms of stuff that Like, let's say if you said to me, which one of those companies there can you go immediately and build a van? I would say one is going to be them. That's a new company that I've seen. And an old company that I've seen before would be the company that on Stranger Palooza won my award of the most innovative of last year, and that would be Mod Vans. So, do you remember that? Did you ever see the video with Mod Vans?
Mod Vans.
Those are the guys. They had like the blue van, and the bathroom goes up and down. So if you want to use it, it could become a full size shower. And they had like a tent on top that popped out, and they had all kinds of really, really cool stuff in their vans. And that a lot of other companies say, oh, you can't do this, and they did it. So I gave them the most innovative award for last year on my channel, and then got a lot of I don't know, how should I say it, Walt? A lot of feedback or angst or complaints from the bigger companies, and I was like, yo, you guys don't pay me. And even if you paid me, I'm still gonna say what I really feel. So
right.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
I mean, a lot of the traditional van / RV stuff follow a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
The pattern's pretty much the same through all of them. They got
Yeah.
this, you got that, they got this, you got that, and you can change the colors and
Yeah.
change the layout.
They build all their vans. Something's happening to my light here. They build all their vans. I don't even know how I'm gonna do this crazy light thing. Yeah, they build all of their. Yeah, now I got nothing going. They build all their. Okay, let's see. No. They build all their vans. They build all their vans for. Really, they build their vans for 70-year-olds.
Yeah.
For retirees. Yeah.
The retirees, yeah. I mean, that's who buys most of the stuff from the big guys. I would say, without even.
Yeah.
There are those hippie old people that still don't want to have a toilet. They don't like that. There are some people that don't like to have the idea of sleeping in the same room as a toilet. I've heard that. People don't like to have toilets in their house. So I've heard that from people too. So, but yeah, there's niche markets for all these different types of vans.
At the end of the day, the most vans that are sold are the traditional vans, but I think the market is building for people doing more with the vans. So, for example, you first of all, you're not retirement age. I don't know if you're ever going to retire, to be honest, right? But you have a business and you want a van that's flexible, and I feel the same way. Like, I want a van that's flexible. I could live out of it. I could work out of it. That's really what I'm looking for. And I wish that more companies did that. But this is what makes America great. Folks out there, companies out there could just start their own businesses and build stuff. And
I mean, what is a Humble Road? Look at the Humble Road guy. He started. His first van was he just built for himself, I think, and he made videos about it. And people wanted his stuff.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, he's got a company building vans, and that's how it works sometimes.
Let's. I just wanted to shout out Asper Warrior out there, Mike. He says, "Ghost Story Monday?" ? Yeah, because I'm moving.
A lot of us don't like to sleep in the same room as a toilet, man. What do you think? I never went to college.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for that one. I can't.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, I know there's folks that don't bathe every day either, but I don't have an answer for that either. So.
Right. Yeah. I actually met up with Mike when I was in Arizona, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So when we were in Phoenix, let me see. I've got to go back and look and find those pictures. Maybe.
DGC44 says, "I want to poo inside and comfortable. To heck with the outside freezing and sweating." I tell you what. Plenty of my camping has been done, and when you gotta go, and you really gotta go, and it's the middle of the night, even in a campground, it's still a pain in the butt because you gotta go wander all the way over to where the toilet's at in the middle of the night. You never know what you're gonna run into or who you're gonna run into. Yeah, I mean,
and there are options like those cassette toilets are not terrible. They're easy.
No.
Yeah, they're easy enough to dump and all that. You just have to dump them. You take out literally. It's like a little cassette that comes out. You go dump it.
Yeah.
I heard there's a French one now that baggies your poo. It puts your poo in a little baggie and seals it up.
Like a doggy bag. Like
yeah.
A doggy.
So I haven't tried any of those out, but I like traditional toilets. Thank you.
You still, even with the the black water tank and the grape, you still got to stop and you got to dump the stuff. So you got to do all that. You got to get up close and personal with the pipes and hoses and all that stuff too. So
yeah, but listen, it really doesn't bother me. It doesn't. Like I've been doing it now for a while. I've done it several times on this trip.
Yeah,
it's not that big of a deal.
It's not a big deal. No.
Yeah. So check it out. Here is the. There he goes. He looks like a friggin' pirate here. But that's Asper Warrior right there. There he goes.
Ah.
The red giant.
Like
the red giant. So yeah, it was good. It was good hanging out with him. Let's see. Did we do any silly pictures I could share? Oh, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, we ate at this place called Naked Q's that he says he's never gonna eat at ever again. Because speaking of toilets, he was let's say he was bowing down to the throne of porcelain after eating there. But yeah, Lola and I didn't agree with him. No,
I didn't agree with him. Yeah, so
yeah, yeah. Lola and I didn't have any problems, but it was fun. So it was cool. It was cool meeting up with him while we were out there. Yeah. Also, we were riding our scooters around. Lola's gotten.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
So did they let you do that at the show?
Yeah. They did.
And how did they? Those have little wheels. How do they operate in the off-road type conditions?
So they do work off-road, but if the soil or gravel is really deep, I noticed that sometimes it would obviously the front wheels would dig in.
Yeah.
So it didn't work that great, but it does work off-road. Some kind of helicopter going over. It did work. Yeah, it did work off-road if the soil was compacted. And so we did go off-road, and then there were like rough roads around there and then actual roads. But what Lola and I did was when we were walking around in the mornings to do all our videos, we didn't take them with us. We would go do what we need to do, and then later on when there was different events going on, we would get on them, and there were less people there, and we would zip all around, and and then there was a couple of things that we bought that we wound up, when we had them, and we wound up using them to get our stuff back to the van. So I bought something called, I need to look it up. I bought something called the Trail Fire Grill, Walt. Let me see if I could find this, and I'll show that off to you. It is a 4-in-1 grill. I think you're gonna like this. And I don't have.
Get to the choppers.
I don't think I have. I don't know if. Did we do an affiliate thing for Trail Fire Grills yet, Lola? Lola.
What?
Did we do an affiliate for Trail Fire? Whoa! There's a big something in here flying around. It's attacking me. I'm getting attacked by.
Kill it!
So how did that thing get in here? Do you have the windows open somewhere?
How would there be a window open?
Oh, I don't know how that thing got in here. Okay, so let me show you this. Did you do something for Trail Fire Grill?
Not yet.
Okay, I'm gonna show it anyway. I'll see if I can get some kind of code or whatever for you guys. But check this out, Walt. Trail Fire Grill.
What do you want from me?
So basically, is this grill here that you can use this to just burn a fire. Let me see if I could show the difference. So you could use it to as a campfire. You could use it to cook with. It comes with a wok. You can actually, so here's the different things. So you can Use it to have a fire. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like High Point Firearms and Full Forge Gear, bags and gear for everyday life. Did you know High Point is an American family-owned and operated company located in Ohio with over 30 years of manufacturing experience? High Point is proud to be the home of the working man's gun and your source for affordable handguns and carbines with a lifetime warranty. So when you're in the market, please consider High Point. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. Let's see here. I was not keeping track. Okay, so check it out. You can use it as a campfire. It comes with this wok, right? So you can use it to cook in the wok. You can actually flip the wok over and make it into an oven, and then you can also, if you get a pizza stone, put a pizza stone on there and use it to cook a pizza.
And I see that it runs with propane also.
Runs with propane, so I can connect it to the propane on my van, or I could get a separate propane thing. Yeah, it was really cool. So, you know, it's called the 4-in-1 outdoor cooker, portable barbecue, wok, pizza oven, and fire pit. So I'll bring it over to you, or maybe when you come out here or something, we'll do a video, one of those. I met the owner of the company and all that kind of stuff. Lola and I bought one, and we have one with us that we're bringing back, obviously, and we will, we will do some videos on that, man, and see how it works.
We'll do some grilling and chilling.
Yeah, absolutely. You like that kind of stuff. I know you like grilling, cooking.
I've cooked out many a time.
Yeah. Let's see. So what questions? We went into a different section here. So,
section.
Yeah. Asper Warrior says, "Is that a propane enhanced charcoal grill?" Yes. So there you go.
Yes, that would be the answer on that one. Yes.
Yeah.
Is Fine Rich Walter is going out to Arizona?
I don't know what that's about. No.
I mean, if I have my van all done, it might be for a road trip. But
yeah, we'll do some road trips in the future. Yeah. I'm gonna track down that moth later on. I'm not gonna do it. Hopefully, I have it trapped, and I don't get further attacked by that moth while I'm here doing the show. Yeah, let me see what's behind me here. Oh, okay. There's nothing much going on out there that you guys want to see. Anyway, okay. So listen, it's the 900th episode, right? And it's just me and Walter here for the 900th episode. Do you have some Gorn that you want to show? Any cool guns that came in since I've been on the road? Any awesomeness you've been messing around with?
Nothing new. I mean, I still have that multi-magazine shotgun thing sitting around here.
Flying Rich says, watch out for moth pox. Like the monkeypox. I guess the monkeypox is hitting the world.
Yeah.
Also developed, guess where?
Monkeypox. I mean, you have that stuff.
Let me see. Where in the world? Where in the world do you think they worked on that monkeypox? Weaponizing that. I'll give you 100 guesses.
You know how stuff crosses over 9 times out of 10. Somebody's sticking a pecker where it don't belong. And I'll leave it at that.
But guess what?
Anyways,
guess what? It was also developed at a lab in Wuhan. What?
No,
you say.
No way. Come on. It was from the wet. It was from the wet market. Come on, eating dead monkeys. Come on, stop.
Okay, all right.
A monkey and a bat got together and they made sweet.
Right. Okay.
Squeak.
China. China.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. China, man.
Monkeypox is another diversion. It's another thing that gets you away from what's really going on.
Yeah.
Don't worry about.
Lots of nonsense going on out there.
Yeah. Monkeypox. Monkey this. Monkey.
Yeah. So, okay, gun stuff. Let's do some gun stuff here and talk about anything going on in the gun world. You guys could tell me right now. We'll talk about whatever is going on in the gun world that you guys want to talk about.
One thing I can tell you is going on. There's some deals out there.
Mm-hmm.
I get flooded with Palmetto State Armory email things on deals, man.
It's a lot.
Every day
PSA's been selling the jackals. Jackals are out there.
You can
and
get
the rock.
AK and a drag dagger as a package deal.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, there's deals out there to be had, so don't get suckered into paying too much for a gun, because there's some.
Flying Rich says that he has some Gorn. I don't know. Flying Rich trying to get on the show. If you have the link, try it. Try it, Rich. Go for it. I don't know if he has the. I change the link every time Rich comes on, just so he can't dial in here whenever he wants to.
Here,
what's up?
Let me get some old school Gorn from me. That's
right.
Something from my child.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah.
Literally.
While Walt is up to that, I'll share with you guys another person who I ran into. Who recognizes that dude? Or even the car.
Jonathan, that's Jonathan's Honda.
That's Tactical Toolbox's Type R. Lola and I, we had lunch with Asper Warrior. We had dinner with Jonathan and his beautiful family. It was really cool to hang out with him. I think we were talking until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So we had a good old time.
You must have got the lowdown on lots of things.
Lots of stuff. Yeah. What do you got there, Walt? What you got going?
This is a pump action Daisy. Of course, you see it was modified.
Mm-hmm.
I did this. I got this as a youngster. I can't remember when my grandfather gave it to me, and it had a conventional plastic stock on it when I got it, but it was falling apart. So you know me, it's like, we got to modify this. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I cut it off, made me a pistol grip, and I put thousands of BBs through this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to shoot them out very well anymore. It's been sitting for a long time, but it's from my childhood. So I was modifying things way back then.
That was cool. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that before.
Nope. Yep. So.
Yeah. So I know that. Let's see here. I don't see Rich yet, so I don't know. If you don't have the link, Rich, you have to talk to Lola. Lola can get it to you. Let's see. 42 Chilled says, from the Gateway Pundit, Senate Democrats introduce new gun control bill, requires DOJ license gun purchase, 5-year license limit, government power confiscation. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of stuff. I haven't
heard of that.
Yeah,
I haven't heard of that. Shall not be infringed stuff, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of nonsense like that, man, and we have to push back and fight against all those things and all that, but ultimately, we're not going to comply with a lot of this nonsense. I think, are we getting something from the Supreme Court soon on that New York case?
Don't know.
Yeah. DCG says the seals are probably dry or worn on that gun, but that's a cool gun.
Yeah, they probably are. It's lived in the shed out behind my house for ever. I just leaning up against one of the walls. And the other few weeks ago, back at the shop, the guys were shooting BB guns and pellet rifles out the back door. So I said, we bring it in and see if it works. And I oiled it all up and pumped it. And it's only a single pump thing. You pump it one time and you pull the trigger. And but nothing. The BBs were falling out the front of the barrel. So yeah, it's seen its better days, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how you'd even take it apart, so I'm not going to try.
Let's see. So I'm looking up news here that came into my email feed, and here is something from Cabot Guns. Check it out. New left-handed Cabot 1911 video and NRA annual meeting. Hank, our friends at 1911 Syndicate, released a spectacular video on Friday highlighting our mirror image pistol set and one of the most visually appealing pieces I've ever seen. So there you go. Left-handed gun, Walt. I think you need that.
I shoot right-handed pistol. I shoot rifle left-handed,
So,
pistol right-handed.
oh, damn
I
it.
shoot rifle left-handed, yeah, pistol.
I'm trying to get you to buy Cabot guns.
Cabot?
Obviously,
Yeah.
yeah, obviously it doesn't work.
Yeah, probably a little. Yeah, I'm sure it's beautiful, but it just, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at the different. There's not really a lot of gun stuff that's happened out there.
Sig Sauer Rattler wins U.S. SOCOM personal defense weapon contract. Well, no fucking deal, dude.
Where is that? What is that? Where is that?
That's on the truth about. That's on the firearms blog.
Oh, firearms blog. Okay.
Third story down.
Yeah, the right people have been. The right wheels have been greased.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good.
The right knobs have been slobbed.
They've been bobbed on. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Rattler's not bad. The Rattler's not bad.
No, I have a Rattler. No, I mean.
Yeah. Where do you see that? I don't even see that though. Is that way down?
No, it was only the third story down from the top.
Oh, hold on. Firearms blog, right?
Yeah.
Let me see here. I'll run it down. Mechanized.
Oh, one more.
Fire
Keep
report.
going.
6 hour. There we go. 6 hour Rattler. 6 hour Rattler. By the way, how's the internet doing? How's the internet doing, Walt?
Your signal?
Yeah.
Yes, that's fine.
Are we doing good?
Yeah.
I'm using a new device that I bought from at the show.
Is Lola pedaling?
No, she's not pedaling. No.
Oh, okay.
But I'm using I'm testing something. I'm testing something on the road, and it's not even properly set up. So not bad for. Right?
Oh, it's like an amplifier or something, or.
Yeah, it's like basically it's like a strong.
Signal enhancer.
Yeah, it's like a better antenna system kind of thing. So it's meant to be mounted outside the van. It's actually now inside the van.
Oh, okay.
Because, I'm on the road and I can't actually mount it up there. But
right.
but I'm still using it anyway because I wanted to see how it is. And if we be able to use it and get her. So this actually gets a 5G signal. So we'll see.
Well, you can be the guinea pig, so when I get mine going, I'll have something like that.
Oh, okay, cool. So here we go. 6 hour Rattler wins U.S. SOCOM personal defense weapon contract. 6 hours set to be awarded contract to fulfill U.S. Special Operations Command's requirement for a commercial off-the-shelf personal defense weapon, CPDW. Okay.
Oh. All right.
So there you go.
I got another good one here. This is an awesome gun because I've got one that's very similar to it.
Mm-hmm.
Old school, but they're cool. Marlin model 1895 Trapper lever action is back from Ruger, and what's cool about it, it's 4570 with a 16.17 inch barrel. So that's a compact little booger. If I could get mine out, I'd show it to you quickly, but it's buried in one of the.
That was on the firearms blog?
Yeah, further down. Got to scroll down further and a bit further down, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff, but I don't, this is not really the time that we get a bunch of stuff. I see it here, the Marlin 1985 Trapper lever action. That's cool.
Yeah,
I like a lever action. Yeah.
That's a compact little package.
Yeah. That's not what she said, but okay.
Yeah, well,
Mm-hmm.
Then there's
it looks
story
good.
a
It
couple,
looks good. Yeah.
Ukraine's Tavors. Yeah.
Oh, there's Tavors in the Ukraine?
I guess so.
Oh, okay. Asper Warrior says, I saw a rad new 1022 trigger assembly to take CP33 mags. Huh, okay.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, so we don't get a ton of gun stuff right now. I think the biggest gun news that's going to come out is when the Supreme Court takes up that case. But when it's going to happen...
the New York case where they're basically denying people their rights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
When exactly that's gonna come out, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be the big news that we'll see. But I don't know what's going to come out of that. So, well, actually, I hope that what comes out of that is they just reinforce the Second Amendment in New York. I mean, that's what I hope, and I would think that right now they're going to do that. This if it's going to happen, it's going to happen now. The thing I'm really worried about is that the Supreme Court just keeps pushing it under the rug and doesn't put it out there, especially since they were intimidated by the Roe v. Wade thing. That's that's the thing that unfortunately we're facing there. The terrorism coming from the left when it comes to that stuff. So
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Keep your powder dry, folks. Keep your powder dry.
Yeah. Salon. Let me see. I'm trying to see. If you look at this article from Salon, that's kind of what they're talking about there. But I don't know if I even want to get into it, because even Salon is talking about how Supreme Court set to give the most extremist movement in the U.S. a big win, and it's not abortion.
Extremist movement. What?
Yeah, you know what you know who they're talking about. Do you know what that is in here that they're talking about?
No.
Second Amendment. That's what they're talking about. We could just look.
Yeah.
We could just go down here and just see. Okay, let's do it. This weekend's horrific mass killing in Buffalo serves as a tragic reminder that the radicalism of the American right wing. I'm sorry.
Stop.
These people are totally insane.
Stop. New York, all these places have. We were talking to the choir, the Christians of the choir with their gun laws and everything else, and
yeah.
Once again, if they caught that fellow, they caught that fellow, right?
Yeah.
That did this, right?
Yeah.
Why don't they just take him right out and hang him right out in front of the grocery store?
And he was extremist left wing.
Hang him right out in front of the grocery store.
Yeah. But anyway, they're talking about guns in here. That's what it is. So that's what we're getting. We're getting ready to see that. Yeah.
It's the gun's fault, like always.
Yeah.
Yeah. That poor gun didn't.
Well, the people in that state cannot defend themselves. So that's something that people need to think about. The idea that you can stop people from doing
bad things. You can't stop people from doing bad things.
You cannot. There's nothing that you could do. There's no law that you could make. There's nothing that you could do.
You can't legislate morality.
In the end, all you have to do is give people a fighting chance. Give good people out there, responsible people out there, give them a fighting chance against these bad guys. Give folks out there the opportunity if they want to. Like, you know what, Walt? I don't believe that, everyone doesn't have to have a gun, in my opinion. You don't have to.
No, everybody shouldn't have a gun. Why should everybody have a gun?
I know I'm not giving up that ability. I'm not giving up that right. I don't care. They can do whatever they want to do. I was born with that right. Every animal was born with defensive mechanisms built into their biology, right? You saw that moth that just attacked me viciously. You saw that. But tell me an animal that doesn't have a defense system.
Of some sort, yeah.
Yeah, everything. Dude, trees have defense systems against us. Trees are trying to kill us. I got to take allergy pills every day to counteract the trees. Okay? You know why? You know why trees are trying to kill us? Because there's more vegetarians on the planet. And the trees get together and go, look, we got to take these people out. We are going to up the pollen and see how many of their asses we could take out, right? That's what's going on.
I'm going to let you go with that one. I don't know if I'm going to get involved in that story.
But it's true. Everything has defense. Tell me what doesn't have a defensive system. It's kind of tough to think about it, right? Yeah. Yeah. Asper Warrior says pygmy fainting goats. No defense system. No, you're wrong. That fainting is their defense system. It's playing possum. Yeah. They're like, oh, nobody wants to eat me if I'm dead. I'll just fall over and pretend I'm dead. And that thing, yeah. And well, the thing is, that's not really a good premise. You know, a wolf is going to eat you, whether you're dead or alive.
Plenty of things dead. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would challenge. Go ahead. What's up? With Arms List, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use, or $30 a month for business vendors, so when you're in the market, please consider Arms List. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Arms List. Goats have lots of defensive systems, by the way. The ones that faint, if your defense system is gonna be, oh, let me just faint and play dead, try that with these bad guys out there, because now they don't care. They don't care, man. You faint and play dead. If that's the only defensive system you have, these bad guys will walk up to you and do what, all number of things to you. So. But goats have defensive systems. They have ways of fighting back. It's called horns. Yeah. So I don't, I still challenge someone out there to tell me, everything has a defensive system. Everything is trying to kill human beings out there. We were talking about that. But... We would look at those fish that swim up your pee into your pee-pee, and then you got to get your pee-pee amputated.
I'm not even going to look at that.
42 Chill says possum.
Awesome.
Did you see that? There's a thing in the news. Did you see the thing about a guy who tried to kiss a possum?
I remember I haven't been watching the news, but I think I saw something maybe about that on the interwebs.
Was it a Florida man? I don't know if it was a Florida man. Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up here right now. Let me pull it up. Man tries to kiss possum and winds up getting bit right in his face. See that? He's holding up the possum. See, he's trying to kiss it. Right? I don't know where he's trying. Where's he trying to kiss the possum? And then the possum turns and bites him right in the face. That might be... ouch! That might be... a worth trip to the doctor for a rabies shot or two or a dozen. Actually, it's pretty rare for a possum to carry rabies. However, they can be host to other pathogens and diseases like leptospirosis. I don't know what that is. Possums are a highly misunderstood animal. What's up?
You don't know where that mouth has been.
No.
And I'll just leave it at that.
They're actually pretty cool with an immunity to some different snake venoms, their ability to eat things we all hate like ticks, mice, rats, and really they aren't even close to the biggest pest around. They're mostly ugly. Okay, so the video starts with a man reaching elbow deep into a hole and coming back with a possum by the tail. The man goes in for a good old possum kiss. Why would you try to do that? In the midsection of its body, and that's when the plan derails completely. The possum flips up and bites him right in the face. Even a possum... Oh, there's a video.
Oh.
There's a video. You don't want to see it? No, okay. Yeah,
No.
We don't have to watch it. We don't have to watch it.
I have a vivid imagination. I can imagine.
Was it Florida? Was this in Florida? Was it Florida, man? I'm trying to see. I don't see any mention of where this was in there. If anyone knows where it was exactly, but I don't think it was Florida. So
we don't have our staff researcher here, Patrick.
Right, but yeah.
But
everything out there will defend itself against you, and human beings also have the right to defend themselves. That's what I will say. And I know there's going to be a lot of people get mad out there when the Supreme Court comes out and shores up the Second Amendment and especially with that case coming out of New York. But you know what? It is what it is.
One of two things. It'll either be, the radical or it's racist, one or the other. So you figure that one out.
But Walter, when things went bad in this country, who was it that went in record numbers to buy guns? Because we already bought guns. You and I already had guns. We didn't have to go run out there and get guns, right? And we're those extreme. We're those extreme. I'm just laughing. I'm laughing at the idea that we're extreme. But whatever.
Yeah.
But the people who went out and bought guns, Walt, liberals, folks on the left, lots of people out there who have not been buying guns in a long time, right? Lots of people who have been voting in folks who are trying to take away gun rights were out there buying guns.
And they still will vote those people in.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't understand.
They're scared that their 70-year-old ass won't be able to get an abortion. Anyways, so.
Yeah.
Awesome kids. Arkansas, some DCG 44S says Arkansas.
Yeah.
That kind of explains it too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't kiss wild animals. They don't want to be kissed. Just leave them alone. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Leave all these wild animals alone.
Yeah. Leave the critters alone.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a possum for a pet. You don't need to be kissing possums. You don't need. Just leave them be.
Yeah, I'm looking at Florida Man's stories.
Florida
right
now. Oh, I got my passport renewed.
Oh, you did? Oh, cool.
I paid extra for it for chop service, and I actually got the chop service.
Yeah.
So,
and then you're not even leaving the country. At first you were planning on leaving.
We've changed our mind, but it's good for 10 years. So
Yeah.
Probably. There's a good chance it might happen next summer. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I'm going on a big train ride, so I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be nice.
What's been going on with the Twitter thing and Elon Musk? I haven't kept up with it.
I haven't been either, really. I mean, I've seen some posts. I don't know half of what you see about it. I don't know if it's real or it's fake news. So.
Yeah, I don't know. There's probably a lot of crap inside of that deal that he's going to come across.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think as he gets deeper into that deal, he's probably finding out it's not worth it. I think he should just start up his own. He's got the internet already, right? With Starlink, there is an internet. Just put your own phone out there and create your own app that people can, Elon Musk could do it. Why spend $40 billion on a piece of crap Twitter, man? You could do a lot more with that $40 billion,
I certainly could.
Right.
But
yeah. Oh, I could do a lot.
Billion.
Yeah, I could do a lot with $40 billion. Oh yeah. So listen. We were so the whole point of this show. We could talk about anything. It's FreeForAll Monday, but the next 100 episodes, Walt. What do you think? By the way, no one asked us any questions. We said we'll answer anything, and you folks out there, I guess you know everything about us since you've been hanging out with us here. How many years? How many years have we been doing this craziness? This show.
Since 17.
900 episodes. I did see. You know what? We didn't talk about this.
What's that?
I did see Talon Sai at the Overland Expo here.
Refresh my memory on Talon.
Talon Sai, he's the guy. He has a Sprinter van. He spent a lot of time doing. He used to do gun stuff and van stuff, but then I think YouTube has hit him several times.
He bailed out on the gun stuff.
I don't know how much gun stuff he's doing anymore with all the. I think YouTube demonetized or kicked him out of the monetization program several times from what I've heard. So I don't know if he's doing it or he maybe slowed that down. But for anyone who does follow Talansai, who's really cool, I spoke to him for the first time and he was very nice. This is his truck, Walt. Check that out.
Kimbo.
Check out that camper. I think that you and Will should put something like this on Will's new truck.
It could be done. It could be done.
That's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to review it or anything like that, but if anyone wants to see more about that, it's out there. So I'm going to try to get him on, but for the next 100 episodes, we're going to try to get...
next 100 episodes.
Yeah, if you have ideas, let us know, Walt, but I think I'm going to try to get some big stars who have not been on yet, and then we're going to have some big stars who have come on in the past. We'll invite them back in the last 900 episodes, you know. Of course, we're going to keep, you know, the Free-for-All Monday going here with Walt and Babyface, but we'll bring back who's like your favorite guests from the past, Walt? Who's the big people you want to see in the next 100 episodes, the run up to 1,000? Well, who do you want to see? You got no favorites? No.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I think Coleon Noir was cool. That was a cool show. By the way, you guys just saw my legs there. I'm actually sitting.
Yeah.
I'm actually sitting Indian style, as they used to say, but I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's culturally appropriate, but I am Indian, so I'm gonna sit Indian style. I don't really care.
You can sit any kind of style you want, my friend.
Yeah.
Take your pick.
Yeah. Flying Rich says, say Flying Rich. He said he wants you to say him.
Flying Rich. He's so awesome. The Hawk. He's so awesome.
Oh, Flying Rich. By the way, Flying Rich will be back on. John Crump will be back on. We will have the Hoff on, of course, in the next 100 episodes. That's gonna happen. But Flying Rich says Johnny B, who was good. Asper Warrior says Johnny B, Mac, IV, 88, all will be good. Brandon Herrera, he was a great guest as well. Yeah, we'll try to get all of those guys on. I can't promise, but we are working. Of course, like Kevin Dixie, he's always good. He's always great on the show here. Tony. What's his? You're talking about Sexual Chocolate, Big Chocolate.
Yeah, big round Tony. Tony.
Yeah, the 2 A's for everyone. Tony Simon.
He's always funny.
Yeah. Jade Brew says Rob Ski, Reed Hendricks. Yeah. Did we ever have Rob Ski?
Yeah, Rob Ski would be a.
Did we have Rob Ski on? No, I don't think we ever had him on, but we could try. Reed will get Reed on. Yeah.
He's not a bullshitter either. Robsky says what's on his mind.
Robsky's cool. Yeah, I know you're going to have to be there for that episode.
Yeah, because I just watched the last video and it was just like he was up beside himself. It was warm out. He had it. It's like a summer feeling.
Yeah, Rob Ski's funny too, in my opinion. I think he's.
Yeah, he doesn't cut any. He didn't.
Yeah.
He says exactly what's on his
mind. We could. Yeah, we'll try to get Rob Ski on. Reed Hendricks, we'll definitely try to get him on again. Mac, I'm gonna reach out to Mac and see. 42 Chill says Mo women. We had a lot of women. We probably had the most women of any podcast come on the show. One of my favorites, of course, American Gun Chick. We haven't had her on since she dropped the babies, or a baby. She dropped the baby. But we'll definitely. I think we've already reached out to her and invited her to come on in the next 100 episodes. But we've had some great female guests, I think, on the show here, and I'll work on that. I'll work on getting some more of the ladies out there. We'll see how we can make that happen. You want me to invite Vada? Maybe we can see if we can get what Vada's up to. He might want to.
You mean your first ever Vada or Voda or whatever.
He was on. Yeah, that was the first. Yeah, that was the first episode. DCG 44 says Liberty Doll. Yeah, she's been on. She's a great guest. She's been on. Asper says Jim Brower would be a crazy guest with his conspiracy theory, the bunker stuff. Okay.
You got to get Jonathan on.
Yeah. Did we ever? We had Jonathan on, right?
If you want to talk somebody that can talk conspiracy, you need to talk.
Oh my God! I don't know. You think he would do it?
I don't think the world's ready for that.
I mean, hey, he's always invited to come on, and I recently saw him. I actually recently saw Jonathan Tactical Toolbox. I saw Mr. Big Kid and a bunch of other gun tubers when I was in Arizona. So we'll see. We'll try to get
I mean, I wanted to start, and I think it would be I wanted to start the rant channel.
Mm-hmm.
Where you kind of do like we do here. Just subject come up that really bothers you. You just rant about it.
Right. Oh, okay.
Politicians.
This is what you're gonna do?
The service you got at Denny's, whatever, and then because everybody's got similar rants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had a rant yesterday, but I don't know if I should even get into it. I was ranting to a company yesterday, and Lola was, I guess, embarrassed.
Oh, you did it in person?
Yeah.
Ranting in person?
Yeah, I was giving someone a piece of my mind, on my vis-a-vis my backpack and the ladder and all that kind of stuff in my van and how long it took getting here from FedEx. And the guys at that company were like, "What you want us to do, man? What you want us to do?" I was like, "Come on now. If I buy something from you and you ship it out and it gets to the local depot and for weeks and weeks they don't want to deliver it to me, I'm not expecting you to go there and kick any asses, but at least act like you give a damn."
Well, there's really not much you can do as a shipper.
Mm-hmm.
Once it leaves your hands, it's kind of we've had stuff like that happen with us. And people call us.
So if you ship something to someone and they have a problem, like what happened with me, that it got there, but FedEx refused to deliver it, right, for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Are you gonna say to the people, you know what? What you gonna do? What you want from me?
Well, I'm not gonna just. I'll try to be a little diplomatic about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But yeah,
so these guys were not very nice about it in person. So that you know me, man. I'm usually very nice and friendly to everyone. If I get going, someone pushed a button.
I'm the same way, man. All it takes is a couple wrong words, or you just like, what?
Yeah. The guy kept going to me, "What you want me to do? What you want me to do?" I was like, "Yo, I want you to act like you give a damn."
Sorry to hear about the problem with FedEx.
Yeah. Or now you see me in person, go, "Hey man, that really sucked." They really suck, man. Yeah. You could say, "Look, there's not much we could do about them, but it sucks. It sucks that happened to you twice."
Yeah. We're sorry to hear that happened to you.
Yeah. And I was trying to tell him, 42 Chill says FedEx contract ground is terrible, but I don't know. Maybe they're getting kickbacks or something from FedEx because they don't want to change. But man, it is what it is. So it is what it is, man. This is why you need to make my accessories, Walt. You need to build accessories for my van, and then I will help you sell those accessories and make another fortune. Which as long as I stand to inherit, if I stand to inherit half of it, I'm okay with that.
Half.
Yeah, I'll share some of it. Yeah, I'll share some of it. I'll share some of it with Will and Spencer. Asper Warrior says, "I think FedEx is cheap because they suck, but people use them because they're cheap."
People say the same stuff about UPS. It's people say the same stuff about the post office.
Oh, the post office sucks, donkey, hairy, sweaty, dusty donkey balls. The post office sucks. It does.
We've shipped thousands of things with the post office, and they've gotten there. I've received thousands of things from the post office.
Yeah.
Yes, there are occasions where things go. I mean, yeah, I understand. I mean, there's nothing that's perfect
Mm-hmm.
But let's see what else. Who else could be a
Yeah.
guest? Well, how about some?
I would like to get someone from FedEx. We got a minute. I would like to get someone from FedEx to come on and answer, because they suck. They really do suck, man. They twice had stuff for me for weeks, like over a month, and refused to deliver, and every day would tell me that it was out for delivery and not deliver it. Sometimes the guy would come and deliver other things, and that thing was supposed to be on there and not on there. Sometimes he would come to deliver that thing and it wasn't on the truck. I had to go get it.
Well,
yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as I don't like Amazon, Amazon should do all the deliveries. They should start contracting out.
No, I think Chick-fil-A should do it all, because if Chick-fil-A handled it, it'd be running like freaking clockwork.
Yeah. But yeah, I've never seen anything like that with UPS. I mean, I'm not saying none of these guys are perfect, but
yeah.
DHL is actually not bad.
Yeah, but they're few and far between a lot of times.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break right here. We'll be right back. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization like TUSC Crypto. TUSC cryptocurrency is a firearm-friendly e-commerce option for online payment transactions, secured on the blockchain. So when you're in the crypto market, please consider TUSC, TUSC. Yeah, Asper Warrior says he doesn't like DHL, but there you go. What's up?
Cruise Man said Pete Brownell.
Oh yeah, we'll try to get Pete on. We're definitely going to get some Brownells guys on the show here. We'll get them on the podcast. And speaking of Brownells, guess what? Guess who I saw at the show? Not Pete. Pete wasn't at the show. He could have been, but maybe he was undercover.
Oh yeah.
Yeti.
Yeah.
A man called Yeti.
Yeah.
This was a cool story. Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, look at that. See that right there? Brownells.
Yep. One of his.
Yeah, Brownells. See right there? BOP. So you know Johnny Johnson then, right? You were probably following this stuff a lot closer than I was in the 90s.
No.
Because that's what this is. Was it Johnny Johnson in the 90s, or was he before the 90s? Because this is a tribute truck to Johnny Johnson.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with that. He must have been a racer or something.
Yeah, truck racer. Yeah, it's a tribute truck to him. Yeah. And he was telling me that he actually met him.
Oh, okay.
So they went out and they did some cool things with this, but he met Johnny Johnson. Let me see if I'll pull it up for you. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
No, I would just like to ask him about Mexico and traveling in Mexico. That's because I don't know. It's Mexico's like the wild, wild west. So it might not be as bad as I think, but I'm sure it has.
Yeah.
Its,
well, I think that didn't he? Didn't I think Yeti grew up in California, so it's probably not the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Johnny Johnson was an off-road racer. Let me see if I could pull him up here. I'm trying to see. Yeah, so here we go. Let's see if this is Johnny Johnson right here.
Okay.
Baja legend Johnny Johnson has been announced as the Grand Marshal for this year's 33rd score San Felipe 250, which, if I'm not, which one was this? I think that this particular truck was it in the San Felipe? I've got all of this down somewhere. This was in the NORA, so National Off-Road Racing Association, one of their races. Anyway, Yeti tells the whole story of this and of this truck, and we have that. We'll bring it to you. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to butcher it. This is the back end right there.
Oh, he's gonna be a guest.
Yeah, he'll be a great guest. I'll work on that. He's getting ready. You know, he's getting ready to do an Arctic trip.
No.
There's I think it's like a film or a documentary that he's working on where this guy's gonna ride motorcycles across the Arctic, and
Okay.
and Yeti is gonna be the support team, and that big LM whatever truck that he built. I think you have one of those. Yeah. He's gonna be. That's gonna be the support vehicle, and he's gonna be on that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Well.
Other guests. You guys have to let us know the other guests that you want, who you want to see on here. You know, I mean, we'll try to do our best to get people on. We can't, you know. Sometimes we surprise ourselves when we get someone cool. Larry Zanoff will be cool to get back on the show. Larry Zanoff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that he's the armorer for Independent Studio Services. Yeah.
Yep.
So there you go.
Asper Warrior was saying, traveling in Mexico, you planning on recovering some old SHF 50s? No.
You saying that when you build that truck, we can't take a trip down to Mexico? We could do it.
Wait, with the van?
Yeah. We can do it. We can make it happen.
I would be, that's a place I'd like to. You either got to know where you're going and what you're doing, and you need someone to speak the lingo.
Right.
So you know when they're getting ready to do bad stuff to you and they're talking about you.
Right. El Gringo es muerto.
Yeah, El Guido Gallo, he's got money-o.
Yeah. El Gringo Blanco. That's the white guy.
I don't want to have to pull old Butcher Knifo on you and cut your fucking head off. You know, it's like,
okay. It's not that terrible. Check out this build, Walt. Tell me what you think about this. Look at the back of this. This is living the van life, Chad. This is the back of his spread. Look at that cabinetry back there, man.
That's a lot of sliders.
Yeah.
But, that's his kitchen.
Yep,
right?
That's his kitchen. Yeah, this is the stove here. And he's got an extra cooking table and a cutting table there, and extra stuff comes out in those drawers. This is from the back of the van. Check out the axe. The axes. This video is going to be up soon. I think Lola's working on it right now, if I'm not mistaken. Lola's working busily right now.
I'm going to ask you how he cooked in the rain. Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay.
Listen, this guy's hardcore. He's actually, I checked out his channel. First of all, he's got a huge channel, Living the Van Life. If you guys go look at Living the Van Life. But he's been to the Arctic with his van. And he had an old Westphalia, so he's done it he's been living the van life for a long time. But with this Sprinter van, he's been to the Arctic, so yeah.
No, I mean that's those kind of arrangements with the shelving and the racks and the rollers and all that stuff. That's not cheap to do. That's not your low budget build there.
No, he had a friend that does cabinet work, and the two of them put it together, so he did a pretty good job, and I was impressed. There were some really cool vans at if you want to look at the back of vans. All of this stuff is going to be eventually coming out. This is a van set up for bikes.
Yeah.
So
let me see. Bicycles or a toilet? Bicycles or a toilet? I vote.
Yeah. If I had to choose one over the other, toilet. Definitely a toilet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but whatever. You know, I get the other. I see the other side too. So
yeah. Oh, by the way, let me show you a picture. This is my friend Sean from Battleborn Batteries. Right there. By the way, there's Chad from Living the Van Life. But there's Sean from Battleborn Batteries. Look, notice. Anyway, so, Sean it just got engaged. He's getting married. He's one of the founders. One of the founders of Battleborn Batteries, which is now in the stock market, believe it or not. They became
really?
part of a
They
bigger
went public?
company. Yeah, they became part of a
okay.
bigger company that's already public.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, let's see here. I'm trying to go through. I think I shared this with you. I was on the line, and there was a dude with a Buc-ee's.
Bucky! That's Bucky himself.
Yeah.
Brian Quick had a question. Where do people come up with these build plans? Are they just clever, or do they get plans from the internet?
Yes.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
I mean, what I see in my thing is not what Hank would see in his build, or the other guy would see in his build. So, a lot of the builders build to your specifications, and a lot of builders have X plan, and then modify those plans to meet your needs.
Yeah.
So yeah, it varies. It varies.
I think if you probably the next time around, I am not going to get a traditional built van. I'm probably not going to go that route unless, first of all, I think Coachman, like the company I bought my van from, the Class B guys, I think they're cool, man. Mostly because of after you buy that van, they care about it, right? And that's a big deal. So but for what I would be looking for if I was done with this van, I don't know if these guys are going to be building it. So unless traditional builders decide to build that, I heard this a lot at the show, that your third van is probably the one where you figure out all the different things that you really want. And I think that's what's going on here. So you could go out and buy a van, whether it's new or used, that's built in the traditional way, has a toilet, a shower, and you can go in there and you could go do a whole bunch of stuff with it, right? Especially if it's one of those 4x4 Sprinters. And then lately the all-wheel drive Transits have been pretty good. But if you want to build it more to suit what you're up to, then you probably want to go either, if you have the skills to do it yourself like Walter's doing, or you want to go to a custom builder. Both of them are going to be very expensive, because every time Walter is working on his van and not working on guns or anything else that he does, it's money.
If I only had one project in the whole world, it'd be different. But today in the shop, I could have been working on something else. There's some things I need to do, which I'll do tomorrow. But I decided I'm going to stick that new engine. I got a new engine for my mini bike that I built, and I wanted to put it, and I wanted to hear it run. So I installed it, fired it up, made a video for those who want to see it. It's on Dirtfoot Racing. Check it out. And I rode the mini bike this afternoon. I could have been next door messing with the fans, getting ready to install those on the van, but I have to want to do that when I do that stuff. It's not a, it's a creative thing, I think. When you're feeling van-like, you go.
Yeah.
When you're feeling van-like, you go van. When you're feeling mini bike-like, you go. And then sometimes we make some gun stuff.
Yeah, but you could change. And it probably breaks up the monotony for you building guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the average person out there, if you can do it yourself, it's not going to have as good a value, and you might mess stuff up. Yeah. But hey, why not? You can go out there. I would. Go ahead.
Another thing with the van is, I figured out you don't want to rush it. You don't want to go just gung ho and start doing all this stuff, and then you'll go, oh fuck, I shouldn't have done that way. I should have done it this way. And if that happens when you install something major, it's a pain in the ass and it's expensive.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about, as I'm buying other parts and putting things in, I'm thinking, well, do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Do I want to have this kind of refrigerator? Do I want no refrigerator? Do I want a slide out ice chest kind of refrigerator?
I saw a lot of the slide out ice chest options in there.
Yeah. Well, they take those portable refrigerators that are like ice chests, and you just mount that in the space where you'd normally have a refrigerator. That way you can take it out and move it. Would be nice about that. I can throw that, if I want to hop in the Suburban and go on a trip, I can just throw it in the back Suburban. I got the same thing I have in my van instead of just having the one thing in the van. So
yeah. I think one of the things I would say is, from what I've seen, if you're going to do it yourself and not get it from any company, whether it's big or small, there are kits that you can get for certain vans. They're mostly available for the Sprinter vans, but they are starting to do it for the Transit, where you buy the van and these kits can bolt into to basically the structure of how the van's already made, and you don't have to damage any of that. You could put these kits in, and you can take everything out of the van and use it for your business, whatever. You might have a lawn care business or some other thing, and then when you're ready to go on vacation or whatever, you could put everything back in and go do what you want to do. And the reason why I would suggest that is that when you're ready to sell that van, it's always going to be more valuable as an empty van. You know, unless you're a badass builder. If you're a badass builder, then, you know.
I mean, it depends what you want to do. If you're gonna, I'm not gonna use this thing to carry stuff in. So it's gonna be an RV. But that modular thing is cool if you're always doing different things.
Yeah. It's not gonna fit everyone's thing though.
I don't think it's a true RV/camper when you.
Yeah.
From what you showed me, it's kind of sparse.
It is. You're right. So Brian Quick says, what seems to be a must-have in these vans among the van community, as in non-negotiable feature? 4-wheel drive, shower toilet, battery bank, etc.
I would think that the trend now is the lithium batteries. To have that, and the trend that they're not doing is, and it's bad. It's like a bad word, is generator. I've sensed that. I don't hear it exactly, but when people say generator, I have one of those. I have.
Well, because so for example, California is going to ban generators.
Well,
so
California.
Yeah. But I think a generator is really cool. To me, a generator is a really good idea to have.
I noticed one of the builders you talked to said they have a place in California and Reno, Nevada. So, and I think that's on purpose, because a lot of them are probably going to say eventually, bye-bye, California.
Yeah.
It's just options. I don't want to. I mean, when I see that, when I already have a generator in my RV on my van, so I'm going to leave it. Would I do it from scratch? I don't know. Maybe.
Well, so that to answer that question from Brian Quick is not easy, because I think it depends on the person. There is no, from what I've seen, there is no one thing that's a must-have for people in the vans. So, for example, there's people that don't want lithium batteries because they're worried about temperatures, either extremely cold or extremely hot. So, for whatever reason, they think, hey, AGM batteries are better because they're easier to manage or something like that. Some people don't want a generator. I think a generator is awesome.
AGM batteries are cheaper too, but they're heavier.
They're cheaper.
There's a trade-off.
They're heavier, yes. And you can only use 50% of the battery itself. You can't use the whole battery.
So to get the same amount of reserve power, I guess power in general, you have to have more battery, I would think.
Yeah.
Physically more battery.
You do, which would be a lot heavier. So
generators, I mean, you could have a generator as simple as a Harbor Freight generator. You take out and use it when you need to and put it back into the thing when you're done.
Yeah, but you know what? I think most of these people have generators in their vans. What it is they put in a second alternator, so that alternator only works to recharge whatever batteries you have, which you get better charging out of, and they call it a second generator.
But the downside of that is you have to be moving.
Well,
you have to have your engine running.
Yeah, you have to have. Running. Yeah, you have to have the engine running on idle, and on idle, just one generator, one alternator is not going to create enough electricity. So second generator, though, running on idle, actually will generate better electricity. So that may be better than a traditional generator itself. The video that's going up right now with Chad from Living the Van Life, he said he put in a second alternator himself. and he thinks that's better. And in a lot of cases, it may be because you save room, which is, a big kind of a deal. So
my generator takes up some space in the interior of the van. It's not all underneath.
Mm-hmm.
So, but for me to put it all underneath, then that requires a bunch of more work, and it's already there where it's at. So I'm just going to live with it where it's at.
Yeah.
I'm just going to insulate a little better so I don't hear it as much when it runs. But to me, it's an option. I have the option of using that generator if I need it. It's like having propane. A lot of these things are all electric. They don't like propane. People are scared of gas. I used to work for the gas company. Some people it's going to blow up. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. But that's what I was thinking. Well, am I going to have a gas cooktop or I'm going to have an induction cooktop? Well, if I have a gas cooktop, I don't have to turn on a generator and need power to cook.
Mm-hmm. You could have both. Like right now we've got both, right? So we've got an induction and we don't use it.
I mean,
because I'm really not going to cook per se in the van. Although ours can be removed and we could plug it in outside, but Lola and I just bought a propane powered, and that's what we're going to use, and we're going to cook outside.
And see what you could have. You have propane, right? Because you have a generator. You can just have a little quick disconnect installed on the outside of your van. You just plug it in on the outside and you're cooking.
Well, so I have a generator, but my generator runs off of the gas tank. So I have a bigger gas tank, and the generator runs from the gas tank.
Okay. I forgot.
The Who Moved My Freedom podcast is made possible by our partners at 2A Commerce. Veteran-owned and with over 20 years experience, 2A Commerce is the leader in custom e-commerce and web application development in the shooting sports industry. Clients include major brands such as Guard Dog Body Armor, Sylvan Arms, AccuFire Technologies, The Tactical Games, Warrior Knife Company, and yours truly, Hank Strange. Visit 2A Commerce and support this show by supporting them. Once again, visit the number 2acommerce.com. Yeah, so what I was going to say, Walt, is my propane is for the heat. And I'm going to tell you something. Okay. It's pretty good. And I know a lot of vans now, they don't use propane at all. They're eliminating propane because of certain laws in certain states and all of that kind of stuff. But propane heat is pretty... So my van will use it to heat the van and to heat the hot water. It's pretty good.
So, speaking of that, the van originally had a propane heater, which I'm going to change that to use diesel. I'll use a diesel heater. It had a propane water heater, which I'm still going to use propane for the water heater, but I'm going to use an instantaneous water heater where there's no tank. And that thing is super lightweight compared to the 5-gallon or 6-gallon water heater that was there. Plus, if you have a situation where you can plug into water, you can take a shower for as long as you want, until you fill up your gray water tank. But you can. Well, and depending where you're at, you can be dumping your.
If you've got if you've got your sewer connection, you could. You could literally. And the tank itself, that's like mine doesn't have a tankless, so you're probably going to build a tankless. Mine has a tank and it's about 2 gallons, so it heats up that water. Then you have to let it heat up again. But I think that's the thing about.
So I've used tankless water heaters camping, and I don't have any problem with it. So that's what I chose to do. Yeah, it's not for every. And then cooking. So everything is plumbed on my van already for gas. So if I want to use the easiest for me is just get a propane cooktop, mount it. I have it. It's done.
Yeah. So, and then also what you can do, which I've seen in vans, you can make your propane tank like one of the Walmart style ones where you can remove it, take it into Walmart and get it filled. Like with my van, I have to go to a station, someplace that actually does that. Yeah, and then I have to get someone to come out and connect it and fill it. It's really not that big of a deal. And it lasts a long time, but we haven't been using it for cooking. We'll find out. I think the answer to the question here is there's so many options because you're mixing a car, a moving vehicle, a van, with a home. So there's so many options of what people feel like they must have in their home, and it's so variable.
some people are working out of it, so they need to have work-related stuff, work surfaces. Some people don't care about having a bathroom or a shower. They're going to shower. I watched this video with this woman. She has a gym membership. She's living in a car. She has a gym membership. So whatever town she's in, like some of these gym memberships are like for these all over the country. She goes into the gym and takes a shower.
Yeah, Anytime Fitness, you could do it. But also truck stops. There's a lot of truck stops that you can go to. Yeah.
Yeah, all the big truck stops all have showers.
Yeah. In that video that's getting turned on tonight, Chad says that he didn't put in a shower, and I think he does have a toilet in there. It's like he has like a cassette style toilet, I think. He didn't even have. Lola says he didn't even have that because he said as far as he's concerned, he can go to bathrooms anywhere or go to showers anywhere for that, so he didn't need it.
I mean, people install outside showers too, and they just put there's a cover or whatever in the back of the van. Boom, they hook their shower up and they're taking a shower. And that water goes right on the ground, so there's no. The gray water thing. Shower water is not like it's not have floaters in it and stuff like that.
Yeah, Asper Warrior says he says the truck stop shower scene is a little sketchy sometimes. Laugh out loud.
Well, I'm sure it is, but
you got to choose what you want to do.
Right, it goes with the turf.
You got to choose what you want to do. Yeah, before we did this show, Lola and I stopped somewhere and we dumped our gray tank. The black tank typically is bigger, so you don't have to dump that as much. But we dumped our gray tank, and we were trying to fill up the fresh water tank, and the place had really low water pressure that sometimes was cutting off. So we only got it like half. Yeah, we only got it like half full. But there's always different places that you can fill water from. And
I've even heard stories of. I've read stories on the internet of people when they pull into like a convenience store and there's a water spigot on the outside of the convenience store. They just hook up and they fill up on the convenience store's water. I mean, you want to run a pre-filter on that, so you're not putting crappy stuff in your thing. But
we run a filter on it every single time.
But how your RV's rigged out all depends on what you want to do with it. I mean, you just do overnight stuff, or or you're going to be in RV parks all the time. Then you don't need quite the. Or you're going to be in campgrounds. A lot of campgrounds, you use a shower in the campground.
There's so many.
Even if you have one in your RV, you can still go. If it's not bad, just use the one in the campground. Save the water, save the.
Yeah, or you can do what I do. Like when I'm sleeping outside of your house, I use your shower.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
well, by the way, if you guys are curious, Walter has a baller shower. Okay.
That's not even. Okay.
Yeah, Walter's shower is for ballers. Okay.
I want to redo that.
You
what
do?
We have
Okay.
Our shower is like a jacuzzi bathtub, and then there's glass doors and stuff. We put that jacuzzi tub in there, and it doesn't ever get used.
Yeah.
I'd like to take that all out and just make one big gang shower, maybe add a second shower head.
Right.
And so it's just all flat inside there.
Yeah.
But, that's a major redo. So.
Yeah. Alaska Gundad, shout out to him, says, I have kids, so we travel heavy in a travel trailer, external propane tanks, bigger batteries, and a Honda generator. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
And it's a good, it seems like expensive, but especially if you have a bigger family, if you have if you've got 4 kids and a husband and a wife, that's 6 people, right? You know what that costs to travel 6 people on planes?
Oh, yeah. Or a room, or a hotel room.
What?
Can you go to 6 people in the hotel room? 6, it's just. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets expensive. It gets expensive. Yeah.
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 Seems like a guy who needs a baller shower scene. I believe that, Walter. You know what? They're one of the nicest showers. For you, anybody traveling in Las Vegas, if you get a chance, we stayed one year for the SHOT Show at Trump Tower, in the Trump's place there. Talk about a baller shower in the Trump thing. That was a nice setup.
Was it gold faucets?
No, it wasn't gold. Just the way it was designed with the glass and the way it drained and everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was well thought out. Really nice. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen some. to me, the most baller thing about a shower is high pressure, man. When I
water and
yeah,
water pressure, yeah. Mine is not so high pressure, but yeah.
Yeah, when I was in Kansas doing this thing with Fort Scott Munitions, Ryan, who was on the show, remember Ryan? Not the owner of Fort Scott Munitions, but Ryan Duvier, he was on the show, and I stayed outside of his place, so you know, sometimes he let me use the shower, and he was like, you know, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, got a shower in the basement, you know, sorry about it, we're still work. It was, let me tell you something, it was beautiful. The pressure in this shower was so awesome. The water was so hot. I was like, dude, I don't know, I wish I could take the shower with me.
It could be a concrete, it could be a painted concrete block shower. If you got good water pressure and got hot water, I don't care. It don't matter.
Asper Warrior, who's a comedian, says, I heard Trump showers are golden. Hashtag CNN.
And Russian, by the way, too.
Russian golden showers. You can't get better than that.
Walter has a ball shower. That's what Cruise Man said.
No, Walter's shower was pretty nice. I actually got to go into, you know, like Walter has his own penthouse suite over in his house. You know, I actually got to go up there and use that shower, and I was like, oh man, it's pretty nice. But you're gonna redo it, right?
At some point I'd like to take that goofy tub out of there and just have it all. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. When you redo it, I'll send you a picture of me that you could put in there, so that whenever. That's the last thing you want to do.
What I was thinking about for my van is, speaking of baller showers, there's a company that makes stainless steel shower stalls for the sprinters.
Okay. Yeah, you were saying that to me. That's pretty cool.
This idea of the stainless steel just for the, you know, water and corrosion and stuff like that.
Yeah. Asper Warrior is saying I should have borrowed his showers. That he has some pretty good showers. Yeah. Next time around. Next time I'm in Phoenix, which is freaking hot in Phoenix, by the way. And one day we were in Phoenix, and the same day we were in Flagstaff, right? Phoenix, 115 degrees.
Oh.
Flagstaff, 70-something degrees.
Elevation.
Yeah. Totally ridiculous. But that is one thing you were saying about vans. I've seen vans have some beautiful bathrooms. I've never seen the stainless steel shower, so that's kind of cool. But I've seen some really nice showers that people put in their vans. So,
well, when mine was, the fiberglass base was real high off the bottom of the thing. So when you climbed in the shower, your head was like that skylight shower, and you needed that for more headroom. So my ambition in life is to have the tub of the shower down all the way on the deck, so somebody like my son, who's 6 foot tall, can stand in the thing and he's not banging his head against.
Are you gonna make that? Are you gonna make that opening extra big for Keller craniums? Because
it is the skylight. There's a skylight shower. What he's talking about? It's pretty good size, actually. So
these dudes have some massive These guys have some ridiculous craniums. These Kellers. I don't know where these Keller craniums came from. I look at your dad. I'm like, who had this cranium in the family?
My dad was a run of the litter. Honestly.
Oh, okay, because he's so tiny.
He almost died when he was born. So he was those ones where they gave him the brandy to kind of get him to wake up, that kind of thing.
Was your dad born like premature or something, or?
I don't think it was premature. He just was a run of the litter. I mean, you know. Yeah. Because both of my uncles were both and his sister. His sister's a big girl too, so not fat big, but tall. So that's that good Ukrainian.
Whatever it is.
I think it's Cro-Magnon, actually. I think it's the Cro-Magnon.
I'm not going to argue that, man. You don't want to get head-butted by these dudes.
You know, the crazy thing, my dad. You know, what my dad told my sister. My dad's
What?
been wanting to get a passport, and he goes, "I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Europe."
Hmm.
And I'm like, "Okay, whatever, Dad." He told my sister he wanted to go to Kiev. I'm like, "Fuck, ain't going to Kiev.
Is he
There's no
trying to
way."
go? Is he trying to go there to fight or something? What is he going to Kiev for?
No,
Oh.
some easy idea. They would let him in the country, to be honest with you.
Hmm.
That's They
Hmm.
run the border pretty tight what I've been seeing
Yeah.
on the internet. So
Yeah.
um,
He might be feeling
but yeah.
nostalgic, or Walt. Okay, don't get mad. Don't get mad at what I'm gonna say here. Your dad is getting ready to get you like a new mama. You go to Kiev,
No,
get get a new wife.
no.
No, you're not gonna have it.
There's that phrase. There's that term. A sucker and his money soon part.
Yeah, so you're not allowing it. Oh, what happened to?
You
Oh,
can't.
my lights straight
Oh,
up died. My
you
light
had a
died. That was
blackout.
Let me see if I could get. Whoa, let's get some light back
There
on
we
here.
go.
Oh,
So yeah, I mean,
what was that
even
that
for
just
example,
happened?
we're talking about RVs and stuff,
Uh huh.
lighting inside the RV.
Right.
I'm gonna put some balling light in there, so when I flip the lights on, if I want to get a suntan inside the RV,
Yeah.
I'll be able to do it.
Yeah. This
Or
light is
if I want
going
to have,
on and off. Oh, it's about to die. This one's about to die. That's why. Ooh, it's hot. You could cook on this thing. It's so hot. Oh, that's really okay. Hot to the touch.
shut her down.
Yeah.
Shut her down.
Yeah. Let me see. I'll just put some lights on here. Let's see. I'll put every single light on in here now. But there's no lights to go on in front of me. Let me see. No, I don't have anything to put on in front. So you guys will just have
So
to.
that kind of stuff I haven't even bought yet, lighting and stuff like that. That'll
Hmm.
happen as we start getting ready to do it.
Hmm.
Um, but um, options. That's the thing of people. I think that's why I was saying I didn't want to rush into things too fast, and I'll do things I'll regret doing if I do
Yeah.
have to. Like I'm on
Hmm.
some kind of. I want to get it done, but I don't want to do it and then regret what I did. So
Right.
um,
Right. I may have to use my phone as a light here. Let's see if we can do that. Can we? Can we shed some more light on
on the subject,
the strange situation? You guys will just have to deal with it being a little dark here on
uh,
the way out.
it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll make do. We'll make do with it here. So what do
DCT
you?
44
Mhm. Yep.
44S is going to Europe. You want to see the Isle of Man TT. I agree with you. Isle
Yeah,
of Man
that's cool.
TT would be really cool. Um, but that's Isle of Man is not. That's kind of, as my
Yeah.
wife says, England's not Europe, so not Europe proper. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, Isle of Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Asper Warrior is telling me to just turn my hat. I think the hat is doing something. It is hiding. Let's see. First of all, the hair is in bad shape. I gotta say that.
All right, making
The hair.
shadows on your face. There you
Huh?
go.
Yeah. The hair is in really, really bad shape. Oh, let's go. It's a little
There you
better.
go.
It's a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit better. I don't ever do the backwards hat thing.
I
You
don't
know.
either. What's the point of wearing a hat when you put the brim in the back?
Yeah,
I'm always,
but at least
I'm always like, I'm outside in the sun and I'm squinting because I need a little bit of that shade.
right.
I
Yeah,
don't get that with a hat backwards, I mean,
yeah. So we are on the way back. This is one thing I want to say. We are on the way back, and we'll be going back to our regular schedule. We'll be doing these next 100 shows. Let's see, how many days do we have left in this year, Walt? Do you know? How many days left in the year? I would have to use my phone, but I just used my phone is now working as an extra backup light.
a little
For
more than half. Because June is half, right? 6.
Yeah, so
Uh,
do we have about 150 something days? 200 days? How many days we have left in the year? Someone out there tell me.
250. How many? 256 days? Yeah, 356.
365, 365.
365. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we didn't
And
get
you said
halfway into the year yet.
That's how many days are in a year, silly.
Yeah, 365 days in a year, Lola. So Walter's saying we have half left. What's half of that? It's like about 100. I'm gonna say 155. No, more than that. More than that.
Take out the weekends and.
Yeah, it's got to be more than that. So how many days? Someone tell me. 223 days from Asper Warrior. There you go. We got 223 days yet left. So we're probably gonna hit episode 1000 in the year of 2022. Should we do something? Should we do something crazy? Should we build something? Give something away? What do you think, Walt?
Burn something down? I don't know.
Burn something, blow something up.
Blow something up. Have a reveal.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something crazy, man. In the next 100 episodes, other than having people come back on, having some really cool guests and all that, we're gonna have to like do some craziness. I'll come up with something. We'll probably give a bunch of stuff away. Towards the end, I'll probably make up something.
I got a real nice used propane RV heater if somebody needs one.
Oh.
And I tested it before I took it out. It worked fine. So.
Yeah. No, we'll give some kind of gun away. I'll see if I'll get some kind of gun. I'll get Walter involved somehow customizing it. We'll make some new stickers or something like that, or some kind of crazy stuff for the show. Maybe we should do like I survived 1,000 episodes of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. We're gonna upgrade stuff. Like, so for example, I'm gonna make an upgrade logo for when you look at it, when you look at the podcast on iTunes or whatever, the logo is like, it's kind of old, like one of those emoji kind of logos, of an emoji of me and a microphone and all that. I'm going to upgrade it. I'm going to do, the logo's going to have probably me, you, and Patrick in it. We'll put some other stuff in there. We have a lot of other people on the show other than you and Patrick, but we'll do some cool stuff. We'll make some kind of sticker or graphic or something like that we can give away to people.
Collectible bobbleheads. Bobbleheads.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of manufacturers like Safety Harbor Firearms. SHF is a quintessential family-owned small business, totally representative of the American dream. Safety Harbor Firearms is a Florida-based manufacturer of the compact entry stock and the SHTF 50 upper for an AR-15 lower. Also, SHF happily delivers on your Sten gun parts needs. So don't forget to check out stenparts.com and safetyharborfirearms.com. All right, so there's some good ideas rolling in here, Walt.
Yeah, I see that laser stuff.
Yeah, let's see. Asper Warrior says he needs some kind of AR trigger. I'm gonna get some companies to get involved in this, and we'll have some cool giveaway stuff. And we'll see, we'll get some of that stuff together here. Let's see, what do we got? Well, DCG44 says Walter could laser engrave a custom one-off AR lower. Sure. We could make something like that happen. Walter, let's see, 1,000 episode patch or a t-shirt would be cool. Yeah,
that's easy to do too, actually.
Yeah, if we design that, we could probably put it on everything, I guess, right? We could put it on hats, we could put it on shirts, we could put it on stickers, on patches.
I get some temporary tattoos.
Oh no! Are people doing that now? Are people selling temporary tattoos or something?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to look into that. Asper Warrior says 3D print some of those collectible shibis everyone's what is that? What's a shibis?
I don't know.
Chibis? I don't know what that is. We'll have to look that up and see what that is. But yeah, it's been like, look, the fact that we made it to 900 episodes, Walt, 900 episodes.
Wow.
And me and you started doing this, right? Then we brought in Patrick, and we brought in other people. Yeah. I mean,
nobody knew what the heck they were doing when they started.
No, and it kind of started out, like you said, just really our thing for ranting. We've never only talked about guns.
No, I mean, that's hard to do. Well, when YouTube took away the guns where you couldn't touch anything,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
We haven't touched a whole lot tonight, but still, it's here.
But this is why we do. This is why we do it on Utreon. Utreon. I've got to find out what episode Utreon came along, but it's been more than 100 episodes. I think we've been doing it on Utreon, probably.
But there's been a lot of people that have came and gone, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Some controversy at times.
Yep. There's been folks on the show that unfortunately have left the face of the planet. God rest their souls. There's been some good old craziness. life. We
got blacked out one time. Blacked out.
Yeah. All kinds of craziness happen. We've had the whole channel. We've been we've had videos deleted. Yeah, we've been shut down. We've been shadow banned. You name it. Esper Warrior says he was thinking of Funko Pops.
Oh, the Funko Pops. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be easier to get bobbleheads made.
Right. Yeah. I don't even know what that costs. We'd have to look into it. DCG44 says the friends chatting and bullshitting format is fun. I think so.
Yeah, I mean it's you never know where it's going to go. We might be talking about cassette toilets one minute and the latest Florida Man thing the next.
Yeah, a lot of stuff has happened. I started this show on the road. Like I started doing it on the road. I remember that I was on the road, and then I remember there were times you were on the road. So it's not just right now that I'm on the road and we're doing it. We've always been doing it on the road. And I started off, other than it being on the road, I think somewhere early on we tried working with people, and then I've moved around to several places.
There was your
Yeah. We've had some crazy adventures. I've tried to work inside of a building that belonged to other people. Then I've rented my own building that was ridiculously expensive, and then I went to cheaper digs, and then eventually those cheaper digs started killing me.
Yeah.
With remember the nail polish salons or whatever?
Yeah, you were upstairs from your barber and.
Yeah, right, from Mo. Yeah. So, and then I moved into the van. So, and then we've been doing it out of the van ever since.
That was almost how you say that?
A year ago. It's a year ago.
The van life thing just kind of
took on its own life. Yeah. And I've done the show from some crazy places. I've done the show from Barnauls. I've done it from Battle-Born Batteries. I've done it from lots of different locations. I think right now I'm in New Mexico, but I did it. Where was I? I was in Arizona.
You've got a damn good signal, by the way, too.
Yeah. Tonight the signal's not bad. Yeah.
You haven't cut out one time. Well, we had a couple little slow spots, but nothing big. So.
Yeah. I hope this really works. Even when I get back, I hope this works. If it works, I'll get this thing installed permanently on the van, and even I'll share with all you folks out there what I'm doing, because I actually know the guy who's the inventor of what I'm using, and he's selling it and stuff like that. So I'll be happy to help him. I'll sell these things to people, but first I'm out here testing it and messing around with it myself. I'll
definitely be interested in it if it works out. So
yeah. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy all the things we went through. So we're gonna start wrapping the show up now because we're past 9 o'clock here, and obviously we're gonna come back and Walter's gonna hit you guys with words of wisdom.
9 o'clock here.
Yeah.
9 o'clock there.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's like 6. It's a little bit after. No, it's after 6 here. Oh no, my watch is
7.
wrong. Yeah, it's after 7 here. Yeah, my watch. I haven't changed my watch. I'm going back in time zones. So tell the folks out there. I would definitely encourage you guys to check out Babyface P. Check out YouTube/Babyface P, as well as YouTube/Safety Harbor Firearms that Walter's going to talk about here. But Walt, tell the folks where you're at, what you're doing.
Safety Harbor Firearms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Utreon, Dirtfoot Racing, the same thing. You can check out. I put that new engine on the mini bike this afternoon here. Facebook, Instagram. I think it's on Utreon too.
Mm-hmm. You're on Utreon now. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's what we're up to.
Absolutely. Aspen Warrior says the internet is cleaner than usual. So let's see. And someone was saying something about, what happened to Starlink from 42 Chilled. Starlink's at the house, but I don't think it's good enough. It's not consistent enough to use to do this show. I usually use Starlink when I'm at the house, when I'm outside the house in the van. I use it before we all get started, and sometimes there's no problems with it, right, Walt?
I guess.
Yeah, like in the beginning, it seems okay, but what I don't know if it's stable enough for us to use it to just do the show the whole time. That's what I really worry about, because if the Starlink goes out for a minute or 30 seconds even,
everything goes down.
Yeah, but if I'm looking at Netflix, like we use it in the house, if I'm looking at Netflix, it's no big deal because Netflix is preloading, so it works out. But if we're doing the show, it kills the whole show, and that's the thing that no one likes. So, we'll see. We'll see how it all goes, and if Starlink gets better.
The whole thing is not set up completely yet in the U.S., is it?
No. I think they're still building it out and working on it. And
Constellation or whatever it is.
Yeah, and they don't have a mobile version either. So if they actually came up with a mobile version, I could do something where I use multiple things all at once.
They're supposed to be coming up with a mobile version. I heard that.
They're working on it. And people are taking the dish that I have and putting it on their stuff anyway. I'm not going to do that, but yeah, people.
Well, I mean, I could see it if you're going to be parked in a park and you have a fixed location and you can do your thing.
Yeah,
I can't. You're hauling ass down the road. I don't see how that.
No, that won't work for that. What people do is they take it like you're saying, and they're in a park somewhere, and they either put it up on something or just put it down on the ground and use it there. So, but this thing I'm using might be better for that, because what I'm using actually. You can put up to 2 SIMs in it, so it works on mobile, but it takes your mobile signal and boosts. It does more than really boost it, but it's a better antenna system for your mobile signal, and you could put 2 of them in there, and then you could actually switch between one or the other, and it helps you get that signal in a better way. And you could put it outside of your RV or whatever, and you can get that signal into the van, and then you could share it with anyone in the van. And I'm still using it over Wi-Fi, so it's got a Wi-Fi router and everything inside the van, and then outside you would have like this antenna system that someone, like an actual camper, a guy who's a camper came up with it, and he 3D prints parts of it and put everything together, including software and all that. So I'll even get that guy to come on the show. So he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's not. If we keep going here, we'll be in tomorrow. Yeah. Let me run in the end here, and we'll come back, and Walter will leave you guys with words of wisdom. Walter, think about this: the 900th show. And, we're looking forward to getting to 1,000 episodes, which will probably be, if not the first, one of the first 2A related podcasts to get to 1,000 episodes. Think about that for your words of wisdom. We'll be right back. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us here on the show. I appreciate you guys checking it out. We're going to rip out the audio from this, throw it up on iTunes and all your favorite places to listen to your audio podcasts from Walter. Words of wisdom, sir. What you got?
I never would have thought that it'd be at this point.
Yeah.
I mean...
You're a podcasting legend. You're a podcasting legend.
I wouldn't want to go that far. But
no, we're not legends necessarily. Yeah,
legend in our own mind.
The old dudes of the gun. The old dudes of the gun. That's what they'll call this podcast in the future.
Yeah, who would ever have imagined? I mean, the first time I was on was in 2017. I was on vacation, like out in freaking Wyoming or some freaking place, sitting in a hotel room. And we're looking at the laptop going, okay, let's do this. How do we do this here?
Were we both on vacation at that same time?
I don't remember. I know that was right after your Boda.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're right. Yes, we started doing that. Voda was episode 1, but that was at the Big Daddy guys. That was at their place, and then you went on the road, and then I went on the road. Yeah,
so that
was crazy.
That was in 17. Yeah, that was in a different time. Think of what gas prices were in 2017. I'll leave you on that note as my words of wisdom. It wasn't that long ago.
We've come a long way. All right, guys. Asper Warriors says you should have Peggy on an episode for the next 100. That sounds cool. Maybe we can get Peggy and Lola. What do you think?
They can do one. They can do one by themselves, and we can be the guest.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Well, neither one of them is going to be able to run this. Someone's going to have to run the system here. But yeah, we'll look into things like that. We'll see if they want to do that. All right, guys, everyone out there, thanks for hanging out with me. We'll be back in Florida. We're probably not going to do anything for the rest of this week because it's going to take us a couple of days to get back. Then I've got a bunch of stuff I have to catch up on and meetings and stuff like that I need to make happen. But, and then you can always follow Walter. He's got a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, Babyface P. But we'll see you all soon. And there is a video going up tonight on Stranger Palooza. So I'm going to invite all you guys to go check out that video. It should be turning on here pretty soon. Got any last words here, Walt, before I hit the button?
99900.
All right, we're out of here. Let me hit this thing properly here. Let me hit the end. Someone says,
Lady face. Peggy, Lola, and Lady.